Wisconsin Senator Ron Johnson was in the room. He's a member of the Homeland Security and Governmental Affairs Committee, joining me now. Senator Johnson, I'll get to the credentialing of Senator Markwayne Mullin, the nominee, in a moment, but I want to stay on the exchange with Chairman Paul and Markwayne Mullin, the senator in the hot seat. Were you surprised that the chairman went in the direction that he did? Many were pointing out that it seemed the chairman was airing his own personal grievances at the top of this hearing. Was that appropriate? Was it not?
I guess I wasn't overly surprised. I mean, obviously, those two are not best friends forever. And listen, we're human beings. Some people like each other, some people don't. I think what I tried to point out, and I think was pointed out quite well, is, Senator Mullin has made long-standing, deep friendships, both in the House and the Senate, with both Democrats and Republicans. And I think that's the main takeaway there. For my part, I tried to point that out during my 7 minutes of questioning.
Yeah, and I'm going to get to your line of questioning in just a moment. Let me play this for the viewers. Markwayne Mullin outlining his goal if he were able to head up DHS. Here's that.
My goal in 6 months is that we're not in the lead story every single day. My goal is for people to understand we're out there, we're protecting them, and we're working with them.
Is that an adequate response? And is he your pick to lead DHS? Do you think he has the right temperament? How do you compare him to Kristi Noem?
Well, his overall goal is to protect Americans. No doubt about that. But I think that what I would consider a secondary goal is do it in a way that doesn't make headline news, to do it quietly, do it effectively. And so, again, as I said in my comments, James Lankford, his senior senator from Oklahoma, probably gave the best genuine, heartfelt introduction I've ever heard in one of these nomination hearings. And then Markwayne followed up with one of the most genuine, heartfelt opening statements for a nominee too. So again, I learned. I have never served on a committee with Markwayne. I've never gone to Codell, so obviously I know him from being at the conference. But I learned quite a bit during that hearing, and what I learned impressed me.
It did impress you. In fact, during those statements, you were questioning Mullin. He grew emotional, how he described his interaction. I believe it was with his family, interacting with President Trump after his son, Jim, suffered a severe brain injury in January 2020. Listen to this.
We had to go back. When we got released a little bit, the president said, "Come to Mar-a-Lago and see me." We go down there, and it's amazing. And when we're leaving, dang it, I hate getting emotional. See, if I talk about my kids, I get emotional. Other than that, you can't make me cry. But my kids do make me emotional.
That's actually a good thing.
Yeah. So anyways, he grabbed my son, and he said, "Do you know why I love your dad? Do you know why I love your dad?" Kristi tells the story better than I do. And he goes, "No, sir." He goes, "Because he loves you."
That was obviously, Senator, a vulnerable moment for Markwayne Mullin. Did that do anything for you in terms of being able to express that type of vulnerability? He's almost in tears in front of you, in front of the entire committee there during the process.
Well, what people need to really see is about the 4 or 5 minute answer to my request. I want him to tell a story that he told me a number of months ago about, his interactions with Trump and his son, who has had a grievous brain injury. And it was a story that I think the American people needed to hear. I did notice that the Daily Mail took those itty-bitty little clips and made it sound like he was breaking down under withering questioning. No, he was, he got a little bit emotional, and I thought he controlled it quite well when he was talking about really such a heartwarming and touching story. So it showed him to be a human being. It showed him to be a wonderful father who loves his kids. It also put President Trump in a different light than often people think of him. Somebody who really cared, who, when nobody was watching, did extraordinary things for one member of Congress and his son, primarily for his son. It's an extraordinary story. Now, your listeners really ought to go onto X, my X page, listen to the full 4 or 5 minute story that Markwayne Mullin talks about his son and President Trump.
I'm Sean Kreisman. For stories and content just like this, check out National Report weekdays 9 to noon, only on Newsmax.